Well, here's a video I didn't think I had to make so soon. But I guess we are kind of mainstream now, aren't we? So I usually don't like to do this kind of weird alarmist video of some sorts, but there is a game that I kind of was praising for the past week or so because I just genuinely enjoyed it. It was a VR Battle Royale going by the name of Population 1. It was on all VR platforms, including Oculus Quest, which is probably kind of sparks this huge popularity behind it. And it was pretty good. It was a very casualized experience, but I liked it. I was in the closed beta for a few playtests, and I thought it was pretty good and much more polished than a lot of the other battle royales that are currently out, save for the sniping. God, the sniping it's just awful in that game. But we're not here to talk about the gameplay. We're here to talk about something a little bit more nefarious. So Big Box VR, who is the main developers for this game, a couple days ago completely let the embargo out or the NDA expire, and that's why you saw a lot of YouTubers, including myself, even streaming it a couple times. They just released a plethora of videos because that was the time they were allowed to do so. Before then, you could not share any details about the game or gameplay in any sort of video form. However, at the same time, they also announced the price for the game. They've been very kind of hush hush about that, but they did announce it's going to be $30 at release. However, something has come out in the latest playtest that people are starting to talk about on the internet, and this is where this video is going to be talking about. So when I first played the game, it has very high similarities to the Battle Pass system that a lot of games, such as Fortnite, for example, sort of follow, where you level up your character and you'll be able to unlock cosmetics in game as long as you do so. However, the way that it's kind of structured and the way it feels, and when you play it, it feels like it takes a very long time to level up, and just it really felt like it was going to become a free to play game, just the way it felt to me. However, we are now realizing it is a $30 game, and the newest playtest, as I said, has microtransactions that you can buy in game currency to either buy cosmetics or boost yourself. So, the biggest thing people have sort of said in defense of the microtransactions is, well, Brad, it's cosmetic only. What's the big deal? Well, of course it's cosmetic only. How would you do a battle royale if you had microtransactions that gave players a boost to their gameplay in general? The whole point of battle royale is everyone starts at the beginning the same way and has to find and collect their weapons based on the RNG of the map. There literally is no way to do a battle royale that isn't cosmetic only microtransactions. Every time a game embargo lifts and people want to know something about a game, usually that same day most of the people find out their information about a game during those first videos. So, when a player who's interested in the game or heard about the game from a friend goes online, they see the videos with the most views, which are usually the oldest videos or the first videos released on the game. They will watch the entire video and they'll say, "Oh, it's only $30. That's fantastic." Except, no, it's not just $30 because there's microtransactions in the game. However, because all the YouTubers and press that got the game early and waited until the embargo were not told there's microtransactions, that is purposely keeping away information from the potential buyer that would maybe have a sway in them purchasing the product in general. I want to reiterate, this is not the YouTubers or press fault. This is clearly just the fault of the developer themselves. And the fact that they literally updated the game 2 days after the embargo lifted to show these microtransactions means, first of all, they had this plan from a very long time. It makes total sense why I felt that the game was structured like a free to play game. They just had I mean, it doesn't take 2 days to pretty much program an entire microtransaction system. They had it in the back end for a while, and they're just now kind of showing it off now that all the hype for the game has kind of begun for the release date coming out in a couple weeks. Big Box knew what they were doing. I have no doubt that they just did this with pure ignorance. I do not believe that they were just trying to think, it won't be a big deal, blah, blah, blah. No, they knew it'd be a big deal, but they didn't care because they just want you to pay the $30 early and then run into microtransactions in their very slow progression game that will sort of want to force you into actually paying for a microtransaction boost to your cosmetic earnings. So if a company like EA did this in this day and age, this would be actually a lot more hated than it actually is already seeming to be. There's a lot of apologies happening from the community saying, "Well, we gotta support VR, blah 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 blah. We gotta." They're a small developer, but the thing is, this exact kind of scummy tactics is exactly what makes people hate the AAA mainstream gaming industry in general. Why would we want to bring it here to VR? I just want to remind everyone this is a multiplayer VR only game. Once you pay $30 and you realize you have to pay all this other money, one day this game will die, probably. This game will not have any support by the developer, and your $30 and any money you spend on microtransactions in the game will be gone forever. There's no single player aspect to this game. If they're just gonna do microtransactions, then they should just make it free to play because they already are doing nefarious practices to basically make it seem slow and not rewarding to play through it. Uh, that being said, I wish the game wasn't like this because I do think it's enjoyable, even though if it's supremely casualized when it comes to VR shooters itself. Anyway, that is it for me now. I'm working on a video on Phasmophobia. I love that game in VR. It's probably one of the best VR co-op games I played in a while. So if you're interested in that, please subscribe and like. If you disagree with anything I said, well, let me know in the comments why you disagree with those things because I would like to hear your comment. Don't just be one of those people that downvote because you disagree and then say nothing in the comments why. You are the problem with YouTube. If you're one of those people, you need to go and please